You know, honestly, I think I'm gonna miss this build most of all. Hey everybody, I'm Drawing Chaos, and today is a sad day. Because today, I am saying goodbye to all my wonderful worlds. That's right, with 1.0 coming out in just a couple days, I want to say goodbye to this world because we're going to be starting anew. And, well, although I spent so much time building this, so much time meticulously making such a beautiful palace, and well, some other things as well, it is time to let them go. But that's okay. It's going to be just fine because they'll still be available in the Discord for anybody that wants to go in and actually download them themselves, check out the intricate detail, get any inspiration off of these, basically go through and just, do whatever you like with them. That's okay. Because when 1.0 hits, I'm going to start a brand new save, and that save is going to make this one look like a thing from the past. Now, the link for the Discord is in the description, and you're more than welcome to click it, and it'll bring you here, where it lets you know the rules for the Discord. I am not the personal owner of the Discord. That is DC Juan, a good friend, good streamer. He has made a Discord for several Satisfactory players. So if you actually want to check out some other builds and stuff like that, you are more than welcome to. There are some streamers that are in here too, so that really helps. So once you spawn in, you got to click the thumbs up and you're good to go. Then you go down to select streamers and you can click on any streamer that you want. Mine is over here at the end, really trying to be the top one in this no, I'm just kidding. But over here you can click this one and you can join the Order of Chaos. I mean, I'm just being stupid, but basically that's it. Then you can go down here, and Order of Chaos has its very own little section where I have notifications for any really important videos that I like to post, whether it's going to be like something really special that I want to show off. I won't throw everything in here because I don't want to overwhelm anybody, but this is like the place to go for those. We have a general chat for people to talk about stuff, and then we have free downloads. Now, this has stuff like the spreadsheet, this has the maze one, this has all these little extra things you can grab. And if there's anything that doesn't fall under the specific save file, that's going to fall under here. Now, I do have one for save files, and I do let people know if there's any mods that go for the save files. So yeah, these are all the different ones that you can download, you can check out and whatnot. And if you want to see the palace is right here. Okay? Then I'm also going to be putting in blueprints for 1.0. So if you like blueprints and stuff like that, they're going to be located here in the Discord. Easy to grab, easy to get. Okay, well, with all the logistical stuff out of the way, it's time to say goodbye. Whew. This one did take such a long time to build, and you can see in here, I did try to make all these different stuff like that so you can actually view it from the outside, but of course, it didn't really matter in the long run anyway. And as you can see, we got a lot of intricate designs. This did teach me a lot about roofing and clipping. So this is a perfect clip, okay? Nothing's jittery, nothing's bad, okay? Whereas if you look at, I think it's like stuff like this, you can see it's kind of like, being all weird. But once it's angled, it's just fine. But the weird thing is, if you get far enough away, it kind of makes it really weird. So that was kind of cool to learn that. But it was fun trying to figure out how to make each little design kind of work towards itself. So that was actually interesting. And then trying to find a perfect roof. This is like Assassin's Creed up here, actually, at this point. Oh, and then playing with circles, trying to figure out how best to work with circles. Oh, that was so good. Now, this one, I did try to go for something grand and huge. So, like, getting the buttresses and stuff like that. But also trying to make it, like, walkable was definitely my goal for all this. But I also wanted it to just kind of work. I wanted to be able to utilize stuff like this. Like, having all these power plants in here, oh, they look so great on here. And it would have been look great with all the steam coming up. but I never did get it up and running. It's too much of a logistical nightmare because it's either all or nothing. And then we have the main entrance. This is where I spent most of the time trying to rework and figure out how best to go. Like, I was building these pillars over here, trying to make them look really good. The nice archway so I can actually write a sign on here. And now that we have the signs that can rotate, where is it? So, like, I could just go like this. It makes it a lot easier. But this centerpiece was definitely one of my favorite ones. Especially having this tree here. This tree, huge pain in the butt to make. Especially with all these wonderful, like, kind of things going up and down. But it looks so cool having that there. And then, of course, that's not even the tippity top. And my favorite part, getting the space elevator to work with it. Because that was, like, the perfect height for the space elevator. I tried having it like at the ground floor. Whew, did not work. This also taught me a thing about signs on how far you have to be before they start being all wiggity. But it definitely is a good learning curve on there. Because now if I want to get my pictures right and everything, I realize how close I have to be. What else? What else? This is one thing I do got to remember for 1.0 is where you're coming in at is more important than where it's placed. Because like this would have been much better, like coming like right here, going straight down. But when I built this, oh, this wasn't here. This giant rock wasn't here. So everything was much better before, but now the landscape is much better. So I'd rather have the better landscape, but... Oh, and then figuring out lighting on the inside, whew, that was fun. I did like the way that you could actually do some of this stuff, utilizing ramps and all this kind of stuff. Oh, and different types of walls, like column or concrete pillar walls, look really good, really strong. And then, of course, try to figure out how to get, like, the interior to fit, especially with Lumos. Because, like, you look over here, and, like, you can barely see anything. But then when you get into some of this stuff, it's like, whoa. It's creepy and cool at the same time. Whoa. That is kind of neat. I like that. All right, what else we got? The main entranceway, having the, what you call it, space elevator up there. So cool. And then figuring out lighting. The bigger the room, the harder it is to light it properly. And the harder it is to get, like, good lighting in there, too. Also, in a big room, it has this effect. Where it thinks nothing's up there because it's such a big room. So you got to be careful on that. So it's hard to do really good big rooms. Without skylights, anyway. And then really getting into, like, transition rooms. And then trying to get, like, hallways and stuff like that. Oh, I got to take a lot of this information over to 1.0. Oh, wait, let's go on the other side. The other side's built much better. Oh, yep. Not being able to have lights down here. Oh, this was a pain in the butt to build. But it does look cool because now they're just like silhouettes in the dark. Oh, wait, there you go. But yeah, this was so cool and so much fun. And also, if I go down here, a logistical nightmare. I don't know how I thought this was actually going to work properly. But it would have been way better without train collision. Alright, so that's pretty much it I want to show off on this one. It's time to say goodbye. You were a great world, and this was an amazing build, but I'm gonna miss you. You did good, buddy. Alright, here's the next one I want to show off. This was my original build for Update 5. The first tower. And that was one amazing thing that I did for it was I made, let's see if I can zoom in for it. I made a giant clock out of signs. That was so cool. I love that thing. Not to mention, this was my first idea of building outside of the factory and actually having the machines like built into it, which I thought was really cool. Now, this was, of course, back in the day when you could build, you know, coal generators on top of coal generators, but we're not allowed to do that anymore, because why would we? And then, of course, it was trying to play with the original foundations that they allowed us to have. Like back in the day, we could have done so many cool things, but they took away a lot of stuff, but they added in a lot more. And I gotta say, I am happy with what they added in. It does make it look really cool. This is also the world where I have, oh yeah, Space Vegas. Say hello to Space Vegas. This one was really cool. I added in lighting and everything. Makes it glow really cool. You know what? Let me turn it on. This is one of the ones where I realized exactly what the lighting in the game, like the proper lighting, would actually be. Let's see if I turn it on. There we go. So lighting in the game is interesting, like the one that's made for it. Because, as you can see, it's just kind of flying up. It looks weird, but you can also do some cool stuff with it. Also, it causes a lot of issues. This was running fine like a moment ago. So we're going to go turn it off. There we go. Feels much better. Well, a little better anyway. It's still a beefy world, so... This is one of the cool things, though. I learned how to manipulate pipes so that you make these really cool wall things. But the only problem is it does leave a gap in between, so you still have to actually build walls behind it. But overall, not too bad. And it's cool to play with all the different textures and everything. Oh, and then, of course, we had the beautiful trees. This is when I was first starting out with trees and testing out what you could do with them. All right, we're coming up to here. Ooh, so this is a fun one, too. This is where I was practicing building with the landscape. Originally, this used to be like a power station, but I was going to turn it into something different. I was going to turn this into like a whole building that made all of my, like my armory stuff and everything. And all it would do is grab trucks and then just bring in everything I needed. But it turned out to be a huge pain in the butt, so I stopped it. What are the odds? But it was also cool because I got to make something like this, where I got to play with all the different stuff, and then you can make like secret rooms in the back. So that was really cool. Oh, this is also the one where I tried to build a luxury house over here in the Red Forest, because this area just looked so good. But now everything just kind of looks weird. Like, what is this? That is crazy. Originally, this looked a lot better, and I think it's going to look a lot better in 1.0, but definitely gave me some interesting things on how to build houses. But now I got to get rid of some more stuff just to make it look good. And then, what do we got over here? Oh, yeah, I remember this. This was my Winter Wonderland. This was such a cool build. Oh my god, it had all the beautiful, wonderful stuff for Christmas. Oh, I miss this one. It was such a good oh yeah, the tree. The tree of lights. What a pain in the butt to make. But it looks amazing. I freaking love that. And then we had this big like diorama set. In my mind, this center part right here, this is actually just going to rotate. And, you know, the snow would come off of here. These snows. Yeah. So the snow would come off of here and everything. And it was just a... Oh, it was so cool. I miss this one. That was my first time having fun building unique bridges. Didn't come out as well as I thought it would, but I'm still happy with it. So, yeah. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, tower. Goodbye, Space Vegas. Goodbye, Winter Wonderland. You've done your part. And I salute you. Is there a salute one? How is there not a salute? Wave, point, scissor, rock, facepalm, twirl, clap, finger guns. Yeah. Say hello to the world where I tried to make all the power. Well, at least whatever I could make for uranium fuel rods. 50-something fuel rods per minute. I had all, and I mean all the power plants. Oh boy, this was a biggin. I even took all the uranium waste and basically had it going up and processing in this center part. It was a huge pain in the butt, but after a long while, I was able to not make it work. It was kind of, there were issues. Let's put it that there was issues. But I did like how essentially most of this came out. If I did this again, I would change a bunch of different things on it. I would probably have the processing of making the fuel rods over here. But yeah, it's great. It does produce a couple megawatts of power. Wait, what? 4,000? Oh, yeah, that's right. So the processing didn't work properly, so it doesn't really make as much fuel problem thingy, whatever, as it should, but, you know, we tried. We tried. I don't know what I did wrong. I forgot. It's been a while, and I let it go. But, you know, overall, the design wasn't too bad, and it did give me some ideas of what I could do for, like, specific things. Oh, but while we're here, let's check out the fuel rod production plant, because that looks amazing. Oh, that's right. This is also the one that had this wonderful, beautiful place I built over here to smelt all the ingots in the world that I needed. Oh, this was so cool. A huge, wonderful, plentiful place that had all the amazing ingots in one central location. And I didn't want to take the time to actually hook it up. But let me see if I can... Alright, let me stop flying for a second. This did have one really cool thing I want to show off. The control room for melting point. Ooh, this was fun because I figured out exactly what I needed for the inputs to figure out exactly what I wanted to produce. And all the different trains that I was going to need to make it happen. Damn. Good times, man. Good times. It does look amazing, but, you know, what are you going to do? Alright, now let's go to the power plant. Whee! There we go. The one thing I did hook up over here, and that was getting all, and I mean all the uranium to one central location and destroying the world. This was so cool because for me, this was making a compact uranium fuel rod production. Oh. And then, of course, I use these blenders for, like, decoration because I love using machines for decoration, which is going to look really cool once we have, like, the converters and stuff like that. Because not only can they be decoration, but they can probably also be used to make it. And there we go. A full, entire Mark I line of all uranium fuel rods. Man, this was a huge pain in the butt, but boy, did it come out fun. Yeah, and it's really compact when you really think about it. And I'm going to miss this world. All this extra power I made that I'm not going to be able to use. Ah, well, what are you going to do, right? Goodbye, cruel world. On to the next one. Alright, now this is a massive world, and it's going to take a hot second for us to get through there. And I want to get through everything on this world because it's one of my favorite. This was the home life build, where I made this house at the beginning of the playthrough. Now, I dressed it up for Christmas decorations as they came out, but originally this was my... Aww. Why does it sound like Christmas? Kind of makes me want to just walk through. It's so sad. Why is it so sad? Wow. Okay. Nostalgia over. Alright, so this was the home life save where I had this house and I built this house and it was like, ah, cool. And then I decorated it for Christmas because all the Christmas decorations came out and it was amazing. But as you can tell, I built so much other stuff. So let's go take a look at that. Alright, we're going to try and do this in order. So this right here, this was like my starter base when I just had concrete as well as... glass, and I was just kind of playing through things, and I just made a little starter factory that produces... What did this produce? Smart plating, oh, a lot of smart plating, versatile framework, automated wire. Basically, the basis of automation was being made over here. And the nice thing about this is all powered by 2,400 megawatts of power. So this is on its own separate system. I didn't do anything else to it. This was its own thing, and it does not need to do anything else. Alright, technically I forgot what was next, so let's just go over here and take a look at this. I tried to make a city, so you could basically take a train over to here, and you could visit all the cool different stuff. Like we have Frutchy's Animal Rescue Center, where you can actually get yourself a lizard doggo. We have the I Am Kibbitz skate park. This was also pretty fun. We have the Let's Game It Out playground. Oh, somebody put a tree into the tornado. Oh, the lookout tower over here. This is, who is it? Total Eclipse Astronomy Tower. We can go all the way up there and look at the stars. We also built our Christmas factory over here, producing all the wonderful Christmas items and the brand new tree that is so much more of a pain in the butt to make, but looks glorious. Then, thanks to the inspiration from AC/DC Juan, we were able to make this bridge going across here, and it was even adopted by the Girl Scouts, so that was great. And then, what do we have over here? Oh, we had all these different houses that you could actually get. And of course, B.L. Andrews Convenience Store. Oh, this one was hilarious. And worked out really well, too. Oh, there he is. Now let's get to one of my favorite things about this map, and that was, what did I call this? Archipelago Vicarage? I don't know why I called it that, but it looks freaking amazing. It was the same concept as the first original base, where it powers itself. Because if you look on the back, it had all the fuel generators, making us 30 megawatts of power. Well, 30,000, but that's beside the point. And then you can see it's double heighted. And then if we go inside here, you can see all the different stuff that was like crammed in here. And I think, yep, there's a second floor too. Woo! And this made me all the different items that I needed around the map. And using our lovely fly sheet, we can go over here and we can make our way into here. This was my storage room. We had all the different storage stuff. This produced everything. So all the basic items were down there, authorized personnel only. And then if we came over here, we had a little showroom for all the different items that we made. This was a fun one to make. And then if you went up a level, you had all the wonderful manufacturers making everything that they could. Alright, and then if we backed out and gone up another level, you had all the different assemblers. Huge pain in the butt, and we try to use, not spaghetti, sushi belt right at the end. This one has a lot of different things, and if you go all the way up to the very, very top, then you get into here, and this was our armories. Alright, and it made all the different wonderful things that we could need to destroy any of the local wildlife around the world. And I know I'm flying through it pretty quickly, but it is a huge map, so we got to get through this pretty good. And then of course we had the space elevator platform we made, and then that looked pretty cool, and the train set, and the train would go all around the world wherever we wanted to go. This is also the map where I built this giant aluminum factory, which you could actually go inside and everything, and it makes all the aluminum stuff that we could ever need. And it leaves it here. I forgot if this did anything with it, but it was definitely a pain in the butt and had, like, I think 4 different lines of, oh no, 6 different Mark V belt conveyors of bauxite. Yeah, we took away everything that we could. It was amazing. And then what else did we have? I had this big plan for building out here that I never got to, unfortunately. Same with over here. I had a big plan and never got to it. As is tradition, big plan, didn't get to it. You see a theme going on here, right? Man, I was trying to run through all this different stuff and just ran out of time. But there is one more thing that I worked on in this world that I was really proud of. So over here, I tried making package fuel and then droning the package fuel to that thing that's up in the sky over here, because I had all the batteries. I wanted to make this battery section that's over here. I wanted to take everything that was here and also ship it up. all the way to here. Because my general idea was I wanted to make a floating sky base that made, what's it called? I wanted a floating sky base that would make all the different batteries and then have all the drones out here so they would fly everywhere. I thought that would be amazing. And I got the fuel up and running for it too, which was really cool. Because what we did was... Where are you at? I forgot what we had. Yeah, I had fuel coming in, and then I had compacted coal coming in, and then all I did was make turbo fuel, and this would make the turbo fuel going all the way across. Pretty nifty, right? I wish I had the time to finish it. I wish I had found a really good way to get it going, but this was really bad. And I don't mean it came out really bad. I mean it was really bad to build. All the way up here and everything. Especially trying to figure out how to make half of this stuff work. But it was a lot of fun. And, you know, in the end, isn't that all that matters? But alas, we're going to have to say goodbye to it. Oh, are we all the way up there? Hold on. So you could come up here and you can... Oh my god, it was on the same level as that. The best part was you could come up here, and then when it became nighttime, you could just enjoy the nighttime. And you were above the clouds. But it's time to say goodbye. I bid you a farewell. Enjoy your eternity in the Discord. Now, this one's last, but it is certainly not the least, because it has the tower. Yep, the Dark Tower. One of my favorite builds that I ever made in this game. And you saw the tower that I built before. This one is definitely update 8, where I figured out exactly how to utilize color to my advantage, how to get plenty of the different shapes, to get the glow. Everything about this tower just screams detail. And, you know, it even has some homages to, like, you know, fellow YouTubers. Like, I Am Kibitz, you know, with his beast that he made in the center of his tower. Or big machine thingy, whatever, that he made. I mean, this had something similar to it, and I just freaking loved it. I wanted to keep it out there. It looks amazing. And I even incorporated the space elevator into it, too. So that was nice. But there are a few other things that are on this map that I will be missing as well. So if you haven't seen the tower before, it is a masterpiece of taking forever to build something. So besides the floor that had the wonderful, storage room that we have, all the other rooms are kind of like really made to just produce all the wonderful items in the game. Just put my light on. So as you can see, I have everything going up, and it just goes up room by room just to be utilized in a different one. Really cool, really fun, big, huge pain in the butt. But it did come out pretty great, and it did make all the different ingots and everything. It was so fun to make, especially the design on it and trying to get it to, like, just look really cool. But some of the other cool things that were on here was this. This is where all the power is coming from in the build, and this has every single one of these is taking 25 cubic meters of fuel per minute. All the fuel gens, producing us 80,000 megawatts of power. It has all the fuel in this area being produced over here and being, you know, created underneath, and that is being pumped up and then utilized wherever it needs to in each and every one, including a backlog. So we got fuel up here just in case. And then this is my favorite part. This right here, this valve is closed. So this gets filled up here. And I think I have another one on the other side. Ah, yes. So all the fuel comes in here, fills these up. That gets locked. Then the fuel goes down and fills up the other ones. So that means that this whole top part gets nice and filled and has all this wonderful fuel in there. So if ever this goes down, I can come up to the top, turn the valve, and basically get enough fuel to get this started again. Once I disconnect it from the main whatever. But this was so cool and such a fun build to make, especially considering its location and how it works. Oh, so good. Although I could have utilized some of the other stuff and made turbo fuel and made it make even more megawatts, but, you know, otherwise, it's pretty cool. Now, this map does have some other cool stuff, such as this wonderful bridge that was going over to, yep, my house. My nice beachfront property over here with curved windows, all the wonderful stuff and everything. This is the second iteration of it, so this one's a more clean and unified design. And I was able to play with some of the other elements to it as well, like adding a garage to it and whatnot. But this is not the only house that I have on this map. There actually is a vacation house, but it is all the way on the other side of the map because I love the nice beachfront property. Why not start another one? Ooh, I hate that. I'm going so fast that it's just like jerks. But why not start another one, a vacation home, in one of the, basically the most, like, I don't know. This is like one of the coolest scenes and sections that they put in the map. So I decided to build a vacation home. I call it the Fluffy Tail Bungalow. But this was really cool having this over here, especially with all the glass walls and everything, so you could look out at this beautiful landscape. So, oh, this was so nice to make. And it was fun and refreshing. And it has a lot of lizard doggos too, so that really helps. So yeah, not a lot of things around here, but definitely enough. And some of the coolest things are around on this map. So this one, I think I'm going to miss this one the most of all, because everything just works. And I could load this up for 1.0, but instead, I'm going to have to say goodbye. You served me well, Tower. But that's going to be it. That's the last map that I want to say goodbye to. The rest of them, I'm not really that fond of anymore. And I just got to say that's going to be it. 1.0 is going to be amazing when it drops. Everything's going to be crazy. But if you do want to download one of these maps in the Discord, go for it. Why not? It's pretty fun. All right? And we will definitely be having a blast in 1.0. So I hope you're ready for that. I hope you're subscribed. All right, click the notification bell if you want to see it right away. But other than that, we just got to say goodbye. And good luck. Oh yeah, that's right, I built this thing. Why is it still gassy over here?